Hi Tim.
Hi.
I guess it's been about 3 months now since you got back from the Makalu trip. What sticks in your mind as being, something that's prominent that happened on that trip?
Well, the whole trip as a total is it's fantastic. Like, the scenery is absolutely amazing, and obviously for me as a photographer, an absolutely amazing place to be. But I think overall, just the camaraderie from the team, I'd say probably sticks out the most. Great experience. We were together a long time. With each other 24 hours a day for 3 months pretty much. So yeah, the camaraderie really stuck with me.
Did you know those people, any of them before, apart from with the training?
No. I mean, we met earlier in the year. Did some team training up in Scotland. Went out to the Alps, but before that, no, never met any of them.
So they're firm friends now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really great bunch of guys.
So when it came to your role in the team, the photographer, as much as a climber, I guess.
Yeah.
I suppose you had to make a conscious effort to get up at the crack of dawn to get some brilliant shots, or stay up late or in the middle of the night?
Yeah, there was a lot of that, especially for the time lapse at night and stuff like that. Yeah, when the temperature starts dropping and that, and you quite fancy being indoors, but get out there and set up the camera and.
And how does the equipment handle in that kind of temperature?
It was really good actually. I mean, we were using Canon equipment, and it was absolutely spot on, to be honest. We didn't have any problems with the battery life. Was excellent. All the cameras were working by the end of the trip. The lenses were good, so it held up really well. Even we've got some pretty cold temperatures out there as well.
So they were digital pictures.
Yeah, all digital.
So would you all sort of gather around and have a look at them?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time under the coat editing them actually. Obviously there's no kind of digital darkroom out there, so most of the time you can only shield yourself or shield the light from the screen by getting under your coat, so I spent a lot of time doing that.
I'm glad to hear that, because you don't just take the perfect picture every time.
No, absolutely not.
So, well, how many goes do you have at, it's very difficult to pick a picture at the end, how much light you want and how much sunset.
Absolutely. Yeah, the editing process is just as long as the actual expedition itself. The last 3 months have been, there's about 12,000 photos in total from the expedition, so it takes a while to get through them.
And what was, did you have any personal objectives when you started the trip, and did you actually achieve them?
Absolutely. I mean, just bettering myself as a mountaineer, to be honest. And that certainly happened. Great experience out there, and learning off the other guys as well. And as a photographer, learning new skills and putting yourself to the test. So absolutely, definitely, grown as a climber and a photographer for sure.
So you're in the Royal Marines.
Royal Marine Reserves. Yeah.
And how did you find working with the other services?
It was brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, it was a really good opportunity actually, because we don't get to do that very often. It's usually just within the Royal Marine Reserves or kind of possibly with the Navy occasionally. But from the tri-service point of view, it was really good to work with other people. I think because we all got that kind of climbing and adventure bond anyway, that we all got on really well.
All have something in common, it usually helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the whole team working thing, did that kind of slot into place, or did everybody play their part well?
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, the military environment kind of, that's the training you're given, so that definitely helps, I think. But everyone got on with what they needed to do, and I think as a team it worked well.
Well, I've read some interesting things on all the Facebook sites and websites about the food you were eating.
Yeah.
The yak cropped up quite a lot, which was. Did you like it?
It was absolutely delicious, actually. That was it was probably the highlight of the culinary kind of the bit out there. Because a lot of the freeze-dried rations on the mountain, so you soon get tired of those. But I mean, the chef team we had out there at base camp were absolutely fantastic. I mean, yak, and they'd knock us up birthday cakes and stuff like that, and just all off a paraffin stove. So it's absolutely amazing what they can produce.
Did they take the yak ready?
No, I'm not sure where it came from, to be honest. It's a bit of a mystery.
It disappeared and came back with bits of yak.
No, every so often they just, the food we were getting at base camp, like I say, was fantastic, and just, the portion size was absolutely brilliant as well. So I don't know how they managed it, but certainly they fed as well.
So how did you deal with? There were obviously days when you couldn't go out and do any climbing, and you're all stuck in the tent life, as you put it on one of your pictures.
Yeah.
What do you talk about?
Food. A lot of the time it's food. you're always thinking about, what you want to eat when you get home.
What was your
I think everything came up, to be honest.
your favourite food?
I think beef Wellington definitely had to be on there. But, yeah, but a lot of talking about food. But then times when you just need your own little bit of space as well, so you just listen to music or read a book or something like that.
So in the base camp, is there sort of one big communal tent and other sleeping tents?
Yeah, we've got a kitchen tent basically, or a dining tent. So that's where we'll gather around and chat and have dinner and stuff like that. And then we've got sleeping tents outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a lot of the time in the communal tent, really, just chatting to each other and editing photos and writing diaries and all that good stuff.
So I guess it must have been pretty devastating when the decision came to stop the expedition.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's always hard. You put that much effort into it, and
all that training.
It's always exactly. Yeah, it's always difficult.
And I mean, presumably you do mountaineering at other times of the year.
Yeah.
So are you planning on trying Makalu again?
If the opportunity comes up, yeah, absolutely. I think we'd like to give it another go at some point. Yeah.
So you've got some fantastic photographs, and you took quite a lot in the SOS village as well.
Yeah.
Is everything that you've done in the exhibition, or are the other?
We've got basically 5 large format prints in the exhibition tonight, just as examples of work. And hopefully we'll continue that at a gallery somewhere and make some more prints. And then we've got a slideshow running, and that kind of covers the whole expedition, the story, and everything like that.
So are you going to be giving any advice to the Gurkhas?
I don't know. Take plenty of snacks, I think.
Snacks?
Yeah, that's one thing I certainly missed on the mountain. Just just little treats from home is always worth taking.
I mean, what you had to carry was quite heavy anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think everybody has quite a big heavy load.
Absolutely, yeah.
So carrying snacks, I mean, you're going to be thinking about them all the time, aren't you? By the sound of it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, you burn a lot of calories up there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I was quite surprised when I was reading through the blog about, how when you get to a height, you can only take a few steps at a time.
Yeah.
You got to that position.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's bizarre. At sea level, it's hard to imagine, but yeah, you get kind of 6,000, 7,000 metres, and it's just a bizarre feeling. Yeah, literally taking 2 or 3 steps and having to stop and catch your breath.
And how far from the summit were you when you stopped, do you think?
The team got to just below 8,000 metres, so
that's quite close then.
It's quite close height-wise. It's still quite a long, because it's a long traverse along the ridge. That's what makes the route so difficult. That's why it hasn't been done before. So it's still a good few days of the climbing.
I was going to say, how long would you have expected it to last?
Yeah, probably
from then.
Yeah, exactly. Probably another 2 or 3 days from there to get up and back now.
Maybe another time then.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.